therapist here at Breakthrough Physical Therapy, and I wanted to show you how to do a good and proper plank. So a plank is a fantastic exercise to work on your core strength. It's one that you get in this position when you do a lot of other exercises like push-ups or mountain climbers. So it's really important that you know about good form here, because I often see people doing this very incorrectly in positions that are not so great for the spine. So I'll just go ahead and show you the plank here, and I'll show you two of the common mistakes people usually make with the plank. So first, I want you to imagine there's a circle around my rib here. So imagine a circle there. And then I want you to imagine there's a circle around my pelvis here, like at my belt line. So what I want to do when I get into this plank position is, in general, I tell people to have their shoulders about the same distance from the ground as their hips. So right here, about the same distance from the ground as here. And those two circles I mentioned, that lowest rib circle and that pelvis circle, should be somewhat level and they should be in a straight line. The two common mistakes I see with people as far as the low back goes is that pelvis circle starts to just drift down to the ground. They get this shearing motion in their back. And here I'm just resting on my spine and my ligaments and my discs, and I don't want to be here. The other most common mistake with the plank is people start to go into too much backward bending, where the front of that pelvis tilts away from the front of the rib. And I could stay here for a long time, but it's not so great for my back. I'm not using my muscles. So ideally, I'm holding that front of the pelvis to the front of the rib and holding my back nice and stable here. So there's my plank. So I'm going to show you two progressions to the plank. I'll also show you how to apply it to a push-up motion here. So you could use a couple foam rollers to make the regular plank a little bit harder. For the first way to make it harder, you could start with your forearms here, and you have the roller kind of close to you. And from here you roll out into the plank position, making sure that you're keeping that nice, stable position in your pelvis and rib, so that you don't arch backward through your back here. So I have to use my abs to hold my trunk stable here in the front, and then come back. And I would just go back and forth. So the second way we can make this a little bit harder, the second progression, is I would go up onto my forearms here, and I would have my feet on the roller, or my shins on the roller. I want to hold that stable plank position as I extend my legs out and pull them back in. And out, and in. And I want to make sure that I'm not going into this sagging position through my back as I'm doing the exercise, but I'm holding strong in the front of my abs, or my abs. And if you want to make it extra hard, you could do both at the same time. So if I'm doing something like a push-up, I want to make sure I have a solid plank position, that I'm supporting my back. And that throughout this motion, those two circles stay very stable and my back stays flat. Whereas poor form would look a bit more like this, where people fall into their low back. So I'm setting that nice plank here, nice flat back, and I'm holding strong in the front. And I want to maintain a nice flat back throughout the motion, so my hips and upper body dip at the same rate.